Okay, well, hi everyone, and thank you very much for watching or listening. It's Liam Hartree here today with another episode of Presenting Champions for the Simply Inspired podcast. And today I'm joined by a very, very special guest. I'm joined by Fani Peloumpi. Hopefully, I'm saying that the right way, or at least close. Oh, that's good. That's good. Nine-time Muay Thai kickboxing champion, veteran of over 100 fights, a BKFC strawweight champion as well in bare knuckle boxing, also competed in boxing as well. She is a teacher, a mentor, and a manager. With some of those titles, we've got many here, including WMF, WPMF, IMC, multiple Pan Hellenic titles, Greek national titles, obviously the world titles. This lady has accomplished a lot, so I'm truly honored and truly blessed to be on the show with you today, Fani. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening for this. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you to Liam for inviting me in this interview.
My pleasure. My pleasure. So we have a lot to talk about, many things, and the fun part of my job is trying to take everything that you have achieved and condense it down to a few things that we can talk about because I would love to talk about everything, but we'll be here until next week, you know. So for time, we will talk about some highlights. One of which I think is recently becoming BKFC champion in Thailand. It's an incredible achievement. Now, we will talk about the fight itself, but before we do, I'm curious as to your inspiration for switching from Muay Thai to bare knuckle fighting, or I know you're still doing both, but the inspiration to try the bare knuckle side of things. Where did that idea first come to you, please?
Okay, so the first I didn't know about bare knuckle fighting, what was. So just one day my manager came and told me like I have this fight for you. I say okay, which day, what kilo, how much money. So yeah, that's it. And was for me like one other fighting. I didn't think like, oh, what is this and is difficult or easy. Just be ready and go fighting.
Absolutely. So that's simple. Okay. Very good. Very good. And obviously with BKFC, with winning the title, I know you've won many things, and we will talk about that later. But with this one, I saw a photo on your Facebook where you're having your hand raised and everything, and there's some tears there. So can you describe to us how you felt winning that title and becoming a champion with the BKFC promotion? It obviously means a great deal to you.
Like I told you, like it was something just fight for me, and but I work very hard. It's not about working in bare knuckle very hard. This was what I feel that moment. I feel like all my life what I have done. I really work very hard, and I feel that moment like I feel how to say um, it's something it was for me, you know. And before fighting I feel so relaxing, no stress. I also I think was the one of the on the fighting who I feel so relaxing, no stress, no everything, just go fighting. And when the fighting finish I feel like everything go out, you know, now it's my time, I can relax and can take out my emotions. Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful description of the achievement, and of course, a wonderful achievement itself. And it's very nice to hear about what you felt because what you feel it's something people don't see just from watching the fight, you know. So it's nice to hear that side of it. Now, obviously, with the Thai boxing and kickboxing and everything that you have achieved there, I was looking at this with obviously 100+ fights and the multiple championships. I was thinking, wow, okay, how do we pick some favorite ones? And I think, to be honest, the best thing to do with to break this down a little bit is to talk about the ones that are the most special to you because Obviously, you have won many fights, you have won many titles, but I imagine there will be some that you have that are your favorites out of those for one reason or another. Could you share with us maybe just a handful of those, maybe two, three, four that are your what you regard to be your most special moments, please?
This question is difficult to answer, really,
Sorry, it's
because
a big question.
no, no, it's okay, it's okay. I mean, like, I have all my fight when I fight, when I finish fighting, is so emotion, even happy, even sad, everything. So I will try to have some fights like make me really happy and too much emotion. I can say my fighting when I fight first time for title in Greece for IMC. I can say also fight in Thailand for WMF. A fight with very strong opponent from Belarus. A very close fight, and I win this fighting was something I not accept from this fighting because she was really very strong. Um, WPMF, I can say for all, Yes,
No.
let me keep this too.
Those two. Okay. Well, thank you. Because I know when I was asking this, it's a very big question, but at the same time, it's nice to hear about it because out of so many, again, the same as before, people see the record and everything, but they don't see which ones stay in your heart. And I know that many of them will be special in different ways. But thank you for picking, a couple. And on the subject of these type of things as well, people always want to know about which fights were the toughest ones, which ones were the most challenging ones, and I mean you're competing in one of the toughest sports in the world anyway, so I imagine many fights have this. I have to give this one a little bit of context as well because it's not just obviously as you know who hits the hardest or any of these things. Many times I ask people this question, and it's something like something going on in their life outside of the fight that they have to focus through that to win, or it comes in some other form, if you know what I mean, not just the punches and the kicks. So just to explain what I mean with that one, again, out of so many fights, maybe it's hard for you. I'm sorry to narrow down to one or two, but if we could do the same, maybe one, two, three that you remember being the most challenging and how you overcame that challenge, if that makes sense. That would be great to hear about, please. Thank you.
Uh, I think I can say one when I fight 2017. I fight in 57 kilos and my category was 51. So they have tournament in 57 and they need one girl. And they ask me and I say, okay. So from 57, I go to 51, I go to 57. My normal weight then was 53. The girl who I fight, she come from 63.5 to 57. And she was also like 18 points taller than me. So yes, it was like I fight with giant. This fight, yes, was the attack, like you say, the punch or the kick was not really strong because I have the good distance, but make me so tired. When I finish this fighting, I feel I cannot move, I feel really tired. This one, also I can say when I fight in England with Iman Barlow, she was very good fighter also. Again, she no have like heart attack, like punch or kick, but also she make me very tired. I feel the same when I go out from the ring, like very tired. I cannot move myself, and I feel like I want to, how we say in English, take everything out. Yes, that's can
Yes, I
say.
understand.
Yes, I can say many fights, but I will keep this two because I don't care about attack me like strong attack. I can, I feel okay. I don't care too much. But when I finish fighting and cannot move myself from tired, yes, this I think is more difficult for me.
Yes, yes, that makes sense. It's very interesting to hear which ones you would choose, out of so many, I must say. So, thank you. And another thing to talk about with this as well. Now, when it comes to the sports of women's fighting in kickboxing, in everything like this, obviously it's growing and getting bigger and bigger over time. But you have been around this for 20 years or more time, a long time. So you will have seen the changes, maybe with maybe more acceptance, with female fighters and some of these things. It's good, like even with the bare knuckle side of things with women fighting is new. It's very good they have the opportunity, but it was not the same. I imagine, when you started. So can you share with us maybe a couple of the changes that you have seen in the female side of fighting sports? Again, I know it's a big question, so we can't talk about everything, but maybe if we mention one or two things that you like, that you've seen change, maybe if there's anything you don't like, but just some of these things that you have experienced over the changes over that 20 years or however long is a long time. Thank you.
For sure have changed, like women have more fight than before. Um, Now every fighters can, what I don't like. I will say first what I don't like in this, because you asked me before. So now, because of social, everything can fight everywhere. Before, to fight like on TV, you have to be a good fighter. You cannot fight, and you don't have many fights. You first have to start from small events, and if you are good, you can go in big events. Now everyone can fight everywhere. Sometimes it's good, but for me, is I don't like to see in big events no good fight. I prefer to look good fight, technical fight, strong fight, and not just street fight. This the second, yes, the women have more fight than before. I can speak only for Thailand because I live for a long time here and I fight the most in Thailand. I don't have much fight out of Thailand. So yeah, things I don't really have changed too much for women. Yes, they have more fight, but they still have to look like you are a woman, so you have they pay little, not like men. The men have more money than women. Um, they many times they look the age. If you are old, it's more difficult for you to find a fight. They prefer the younger fighters. The other, let me think. Um, yeah, in Thailand also you are a woman, so everything is more no down. This one for out of Thailand, I cannot really speak much. Just what I see in social, so I cannot speak about it.
No, that's fair enough. That's a good insight into it. I mean, it's something again because of your experience and the many years of experience you have. I think it's very interesting for people. It's very interesting for people who are just starting as well to hear about the changes. We will come back to a few other things about people who are starting. But before we do, yes, you say about living in Thailand. I think this is very interesting as well, to move from one country to another to chase your dream and to take that leap, leap of faith, as they say, to try something new. I think this is quite inspiring for people who might want to do that, to hear about how you did it. So if we go back to that point, when you left Greece, you went to Thailand and everything, can you share with us a little bit about what it was like for you at the same type of thing? Obviously, maybe one or two things you really liked when you first got there, maybe one or two things that shocked you or were a bit different, with the culture, this type of thing. I think that it's not the specific of you moving, it's the idea to show people it's possible do that. It's possible to go somewhere where you feel you belong, where you can have better opportunities. I've just done it as well. I've just moved from the UK to Cyprus. So I'm also curious, I guess, a little bit for that reason. But anyway, when you first moved to Thailand, can you share with us a little bit about that early time of the change, please? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Um, First, I travel in Thailand for almost 16 years. I go and come every year, just come for fighting and live in Thailand for 6 or 7 months, go back in Greece. And this was difficult because what made me to go back was like I don't have money, so I have to go back in home, work, make money, and come back. Try to find before I don't have my gym, so try to find any work I can do, like work in the beach in the summer, before work in coffee shop, whatever I can do, I try to do, make money and training together and come back in Thailand. So this after about 2012, I opened my own gym with my sister and my brother-in-law in Greece. So after start to be a little bit more easy, so I have some money from the gym, so help me more than before, but still be difficult because I have to live in Thailand for a long time. The fighting then don't have much money, so when money finish, I go back home. I do this almost for 60 years. So after COVID, when the country opened, when Thailand opened, I decided to come live in Thailand as much I can, so I can have as much I can also fighting and do this. It's still very difficult. You must love what you do for to do this because I am far from my family. Many times it's like, oh, I wish to be in my home because difficult times after my fighting, I don't have someone to be with me to speak me like whatever for my fighting or to give me a hug or whatever, you know. Every time, everything is in the fighting, like happy or not happy, and just finish this and come back in my room and be alone. And this happened for a long time. No family here, no partner, whatever. So yes, sometimes it's difficult with money also. If I don't have fight, this is my work. I live from Muay Thai. Likely about 2 months now, I find a work. So I teach also. And now it's a little bit more easy. So if I not fight 1 month, I will be more relaxing than before. If I don't have 1 month fighting, it was very difficult for me. But now, yes, I find this work, so it's more easy and everything start to be a little bit better.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that things are a little bit easier for you. I know the sacrifices that it takes, to chase a dream. Obviously, there's the high points, but there's the low points as well. And I must say, it's very brave. You know what you were saying there, where you don't always have the people to help you and things as much. It's a very brave thing to be doing what you're doing in life. It's not a question. I'm just saying from me to you, it's a very brave decision. So yes, let's talk about that a little bit with the gym and with some of the work you're doing um, outside of fighting, or well, not really outside of fighting, but outside of competing, I should say. In terms of the fact that you're helping to teach people. As I understand it, you manage people, you manage fighters as well, and you do these different things. And I'm curious to find out what it is like for you to be able to contribute to people, because really that's what you're doing. You're helping them, you're guiding people to be better, to make the most of their potential. I imagine that that can be very rewarding at times when you see somebody doing well. Am I right in saying that?
In the gym I am now is just beginners. It's like small studio, but I have a friends or people who I don't know just message me like they want to fight. For me, it's okay. I can help them. It's no problem. I can understand. because I am a fighter too. When they ask me about fighting, if I can help, I can help. I know all the promoters and all the promoters know me in Thailand. So to find a fight for men is much easy. So just I call them and they can find a fight. And I feel happy when I do this. When I can help them, I feel happy. Or many people, they don't know me. They ask me about to give them some trip for how to do in Thailand, where to go for training, where is better for events, all this. And happy. I am happy to I can help them.
Yeah, well, it's nice. I mean, that's my reason for asking. It's a very nice thing to do. I think it's very valuable to pass on your knowledge and everything because that way people can do better. People can, um, as I say, realize some of their potential. But also, there are things you can tell people to avoid as well. You can tell people, oh, don't do this. Don't make this mistake, and obviously they can then avoid that experience. So it's very good thing to be doing. Coming back to you personally, obviously, with everything that you have achieved so far, I mean, it's a lot. When it comes to your future plans, obviously, with the kickboxing side of things, to talk about that, obviously, the bare knuckle events are getting bigger, so there'll be some good fights there for you. But really, it's just to get a feeling for who you would like to fight next, what you would like to do next, basically what is inspiring you from this point forward. I don't mind how far forward in time we go as much as you like, but just to hear about some of your goals from this point forward, please.
I try to not make my plan future, because when you make plan, everything change. So yes, I try now to, okay, I have this in my mind. Okay, if happen. Uh, for sure, I won't fight Muay Thai again. So now I try to be back in Muay Thai, because like 1 month I didn't train in Muay Thai, and now start to be back and looking for fight. For the future, what I want is to fight with Britney Hart in Bernacle in America. This is my goal.
Yes, well, that'll be a very good fight. I mean, I know there's the unfinished business there because the two of you tried to make a fight twice. Is that right? You tried to make it, but it fell through, yes?
Uh, Last year, I asked for this year or so also, but can happen. It's my goal for the future, but I don't know if can happen in the near future, because I lost my fighting 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when I fight with Paul. So maybe Paul will fight with her first or something like this. I don't know really how they will do. But for me, what I have in my mind is this: I want to fight in the future with Britney Hart. I believe she is very good fighter. That's why I want to fight, because I have reason. I don't like the easy fight. For me, it's like, okay, let's go fight. I don't care really so much sometimes, because of being long time in fighting. Uh, so I prefer now only big fight and very strong opponents, so can make me motivation.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, you've earned that ability to choose them. So I hope that fight happens. It would be very interesting for a lot of people to watch it. Very good match of skills and everything. So, fingers crossed, as they say, that will come together. A couple of other things that I'd like to touch on. Something I meant to mention earlier that I wanted to go back to. You said about with when I was asking you about the BKFC title, you said about feeling very calm, very relaxed. You're not feeling nervous. I'd like to touch on that topic of over the many years you've been fighting with, 100 fights and amateur, professional, world titles, national titles, everything. The process you've been through with basically how you stay calm and how you stay, you control adrenaline or nervousness. Because one of the things, when I've been around fights with the media and things like this, you go in the dressing room and you see people different. So some people's very nervous, some people's more calm. You know what I mean. And I'd imagine for you, your process has developed over time, probably. From maybe in the beginning it was different to now of how you stay calm. I don't know, but again, it's something that will interest people because they don't see it. They don't always see what's going through your mind. You don't always see right before a fight, that week or that even that evening right before. Sometimes I know they film in the dressing room before a fight, but it's something people don't see much. So basically, how do you stay calm? How do you stay focused? How do you manage the adrenaline? These type of things, please.
Uh, I will not say from beginning, because when you're a beginner, everyone have too much stress and you can see. Later, like a professional and experience, no one can understand I have stress or something. Everyone think like, oh, Fani, no stress. Why like this? It's something I make with myself. I always speak with myself, even in my home, even in the stadium, even before my fighting. So I try to relax. Not so I have stress. So my opponent can see also I have stress. So yes, I speak always with myself, and always I can speak to myself like, okay, you do very strong training. You have fight with this girl. She was very strong. Why you have doing this before? So yes, try to speak to myself and speak like this. Before when I fight like in 1 month. Maybe I fight like 2 or 3 times. Sometimes happen in 4 times in 1 month. When I fight like this, I don't have stress at all. It was like go for coffee, something like this. Yes. But when it's long time no fight, I have this stress. And after COVID, when I stay almost 2 years without no fight, I have start to have more stress than before. But again, it's something is no one can see, because it's
Yeah.
control. It's stress with control. It's not something make me crazy.
Yes, I understand it. It's a very good topic, because it's very important for people to learn about if they want to fight or if they're developing in that way. But I think for life as well, for anything in life, when you have big things you have to do, there's these nervous things sometimes, and you have to change how you think of it, how you look at it. I understand that. So the last couple of things, and then we will wrap this up fairly soon because it's you're late in your night and everything. On the same thing, one other mindset thing I like to touch on. Do you before a fight, do you visualize winning? Do you do any of these topics of like imagining it or anything? Because some people tell me they do, some people tell me they don't. But it's a very interesting topic that maybe people won't know much about. So I'm just curious about that, please, as well.
I think I'm not sure, but I think yes, all the fighter can thinking about this. Yes, I do. I do the same. Um, I don't know how to say this, but sometimes I feel like I will win or I will lose the fight, and have some feelings here. And I always before fighting I go touch the ring. I don't go up in the ring, just go and touch the ring, because I want to feel the power of the ring, the energy of the ring. And again, like I say to myself, okay, you want to be a winner tonight, or you want to be a loser tonight? Something like this. You want to lose or to win the fighting? So yes, and I try to imagine myself like I am the winner, so my hands is up. But sometimes I have the different feeling, like my mind speak like this, but my heart speak me something other. Like I don't know how to explain. Like I feeling something will happen. Yes, but yes, I try to imagine like I am a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. It is something I've seen a lot as well from being around the fights as well. Even though everyone trains hard and it's very important, obviously it's the most important. And I know with the
Not the
kickboxing that,
most important. Sorry, I stop you.
you know,
Not This not the most important training.
go on. What is the most?
The most is this one.
Yes.
This is the
Yes, well, this is what I was going to say actually, because when you see like the weigh-ins or something, or you see the two opponents come together, sometimes for the first time, often, personally for me, often at that time you can look and you can tell who will win that, because um, that's more what I was trying to say. Because even though they both fit and they both have worked hard, this, yes, the mind and the heart, you can tell who has the strong will. It's hard to explain, but it's like, when they come together, you can feel it. I mean, you know this because you do this all the time. And most times, when I do that, I look at that, I say, oh yeah, it'll be that one. It's usually right. And I'm not saying I'm always right, because I'm not, because upsets and things happen. But you have a good idea from it, from who has the strong heart. And you have a lot of that as well. You have a lot of that. But yeah, the toughness here as well, and it has to be very, very strong. Well, we've talked about some good topics. The last thing before we close out, and then we will wrap this up, is I would like to, again, it's a big question, but I would like to maybe pick a couple of things that you would like to say to fighters who are starting out in their careers. I know throughout this talk we've touched on a couple of things with that. Also, I know, like a few questions I've asked you, is too big to talk about everything, but my idea with this is, if there's any fighters out there who don't get the chance to meet you, I mean, I hope they get the chance to meet you. I hope they get the chance to come to Thailand, or to contact you on your social media as well, ask you questions. But, we also have a good opportunity here to pass on some of that knowledge, even to people you may never see. So, if there's maybe one or two things for fighters very early, just starting out, they're thinking, okay, can I make this a career? Can I make money from this? What do I have to do? How do I win? Maybe one or two things you would like to say to do, one or two things maybe not to do as well, that's important too. As I say, it's too big to cover everything, but if we narrow it down to just a couple of things, that would be very nice, please. Thank you.
I want to say to the fighters must have patience. I
Yes,
say right English?
yes,
Yes. Because to be a fighter is not easy at all. Uh, you have to love it, love what you do. To be far from your country, your home is more difficult. But if you want it really, you can do it and never give up. Even you fall down many times, you go up again. No give up, whatever happened to you. If you love and you want to be a champion or just fighting, you can do it. Believe in yourself and no wait from other people to do things for you. You have to try with yourself, and everything can be.
absolutely. A wonderful message, and I hope that that inspires some people, to at least try, or to at least push a bit further and everything. I also know as well, as you said earlier, if people would like the advice and the help and everything, they can contact you. So I know you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, these type of things. So I will say to our audience as well, to the listeners, if you do have relevant questions now about fighting, then you can reach out. You can contact Fani about these things, and she will help you. I hope it's okay to say that, because again, many people look up to you, I think. So it's nice that you have the time for them. Obviously, you have the time for them, but it's nice that you do, because you don't always get that with champions. So it's very nice. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time. I'd like to thank you for such a lovely conversation this evening. And I also would like to say as well that doing this like a talk like this in a language is not your first language. It's very brave thing to do because your English is very good. So I don't think there's anything you had to worry about. But at the same time, I know, it is still a brave thing. And at the moment, as you know, I've come from Wales to Cyprus, so I'm learning slowly a little bit of Greek. I'm only on the basics, but so I understand. I'm speaking to people in something when you're thinking in your mind, oh, how do you say this? It's a very brave thing. So well done on that. You did a wonderful job. And yes, I will send you this when it's released. I'd be very grateful if you could share it as well, if that's okay when I send the link. But other than that, keep doing what you're doing. I will be cheering for you with the future fights and everything as well. So I think that's everything. Thank you. It's been a
Thank you
pleasure.
very much. Thank you.
Oh,
My
and before
pleasure.
you go, one other thing before you go, I will just take a photo of us talking, if that's okay, just so I can post it and say the interview's coming out soon and everything. Okay, so let's do that. No, I'll have to do it this way. There we go. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a nice one just to post and say, plus, if I was in person, I would take a photo anyway. So this is the next best thing, But anyway, you have a great evening. My best wishes to you, and I'll be in touch soon when this is released. But thank you. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel, and there'll be more videos coming soon.